Well, what's kicking, chickens? It'll never be cool, will it? I'm gonna keep saying it though. Anyways, back at it. 2018 video number 2. This is in the week of 80s, so we're talking about underrated riffs. They're under the radar. Kicking, chickens. We're gonna dive on into it. Now these are just some of riffs that I think are just killer. They have awesome like rhythmic lines and stuff to them. So we're gonna dive into it. If you want tabs for this, you can go ahead and grab those over on my website. That link is down below. Pick up lesson packs and all that good stuff as well while you're over there if you want to support the channel. And let's just get to this. Let's talk more rock, right? Let's get back to that. Hey, chickens. Alright, so we are dealing with a Tnt riff. Now a lot of guys might not know Tnt. I played this riff on a live stream and it actually stumped, I think pretty much everyone, what the riff was. And it goes like this, slow. Killer riff. I love it so much. So let's break down what's happening here. I think they are tuned on a half step. A lot of these are probably half step, but I'm just in good old standard tuning. So we go like this. Starts out with the palm mute on the low A string. Actually, open low A, not palm muted. Then you do this little kind of 80s power chord is basically what it is. And 7 on the D. And then you are getting, 6 on the G. I guess that'd be your third. So you have that. Then you palm mute the low E string twice. So you go. Then you go to holding down 7 on the D and G. Okay, so. Now here's the part where I see a lot of people miss. They do one palm mute, so it's like, and then they do 2 more. So do. So we have. They use that part again. Now here's the little fill lick that it does. Now, it's all kind of pentatonic. That's why I think it's so cool, because it was major. It's all major. Minor pentatonic. And then what you're doing is, it's 5 to 7 on the low B string, 5 on the A. Then you're just going to walk it down kind of chromatically. You go 7, 6, 5 on the low E, then 3 on the low E. And that's it. After you do that again, you go down and hit an A5, so it's open A string, 2nd fret on the D, and 2nd fret on the G. The little ending is, it's open A string, and you go to 2nd fret on the low, then you go to open low E string, to 3rd fret on low, And there you have it. So are you hungry for more? Oh, puns. Yep, that's right. All of them. Every single pun of them. Whoa, I'm out of control. So what we're doing now is we're doing Hungry by Winger. Now this is a really complicated riff. With all these riffs, I'm going to kind of go through them pretty quickly, but definitely reference the tabs. The tabs are going to really help you here because a lot of these riffs, there's just so much going on, it would take an hour to explain each one. But it goes like this. So like I said, a lot going on, a very complicated riff. So it starts out with this. So you're holding on 7 on the D and G, doing like a D power chord. And then you're gonna go to 7 on the D, but 9 on the G. Then you palm mute the A string. So then you do it again. So it's the 7-7 and then 7-9, palm mute. Okay, so we have that. You palm mute the A string twice after that. Then you go back to the 7 on the G and 9 on the D. I'm sorry, 9 on the G, 7 on the D. Okay, so we have. So you did that one, back to 7 and 7, now to 7 and 9. Like I said, I know, reference the tabs. Like I said, this is gonna be confusing me explaining, so. Moving on down here to this G. So it's 5th fret on the D and then 7th fret on the G. Okay. Now this part here is we're basically doing C. Rev was just the man. Such a cool riff writer. So we have 5 on the D and G. Okay, so. So you go, then you palm mute the A string, then you go 5 again on the D and G, then you go to 5 on the D but 4 on the G. So you palm mute twice on the A, and it goes 4 and 5, 5 and 5. Like I said, confusing. Get those tabs. Listen to those. I mean, don't listen to, but follow those. 2 more palm mutes at the end of that. Then you're gonna go. So I'm holding on 5 now on the D, G, and B. And I'm gonna do kind of like this rock thing, but it's metal when Reb does it. So it's 5s, and then you go to 7 on the D and 6 on the G. So palm mute twice on the A. Then you go back to the 7, 5, 6. And you palm mute the low E string again. No, I'm sorry, you don't. You play the chord again. Palm mute the A. So. Then you go 5 on the D, G, and B. Back to 7, 5, 6. Super confusing, I know. So it goes like this. Ending part is just power chords. Finally, normal power chords, right? It's just 5 on the D and G, so you got a D5. Slide up to the E5, so you go up 2 frets. And you go down to the 3rd fret on the A string. Okay, so open A string, 2, 3. On to some Mr. Big. And he has some effects on his guitar, but we don't care. We're just gonna do it nice with just distortion and delay and rock out. So what's going on here? It's a very straightforward pentatonic lick, you know, and I think that's why I like it so much. But it has that Paul Gilbert kind of like swagger to it, and I know he's known for his licks. But man, his riffs were killer too. I mean, Paul is just the man. So it goes like this. So you palm mute the low E string 3 times. Then it's 3 pull up open on the low E. palm mute the low string again, and then you go 2 on the D. Okay, so down. You do that 3 more times. So, sorry, 3 times total. Then it goes. I think he does that sometimes, and I think he goes like that. So it goes. Now this is all just like box 2 of your E minor pentatonic. Just adding those open strings in there. So he goes 2 on the D, and he hammers on the 5, pulls off the 2, and pulls off the open. I feel like he gets a little bit of like a pinch harmonic there. Or it could just be his effects that he's kind of that he has on his guitar. And you do the same thing on the A, and then 3 on the low E. I like to go to an open, but I think he might go. It's that D and G, so it's kind of like going to another G. I always thought that was a killer riff and kind of an overlooked Paul Gilbert one. There's another riff in that song that's really cool. There you go. So cool. Some White Lion. You guys are always asking me for White Lion stuff, and I am so happy to finally have a White Lion riff for you here. All these riffs definitely have something in common. There's all this underlying melody. So what's happening here? So you starts out with the two palm mutes on the low E string. You go to 10 on the A. 2 more palm mutes. Then you go from 9 on the A, slide down to 7. Then you go to 8 on the low E. Now we're going to pedal off this 8 a little bit. So that goes 8 on the low E, then you go to 10 on the A, 8 on the low E, 9, open low E string, and then you go to a G. He just kind of has like the top part of a G chord. Okay, now next we have this little run here. We're gonna go, when you get to that 8, he does this little ascending run. Kind of like out of this Lydian-ish shape. So we're going to be going 8, hammer on 10, hammer on 12 on the low E. 9, hammer on 10, hammer on 12 on the A. 9, 10, 12 again on the D. So then you go 9, hammer on 10, hammer on 12 on the A. Now on the D string, you're going to go 9, 10, 9. And there's a little bit of harmonic there at the end. He has that little bit of a stratier tone, so you can get a little bit more definition out of the notes, but you got it. Yo, it ain't rockin' if they ain't no dockin'. So here we are, Cry of the Gypsy. This is another one of those, like I said, overlooked. I've always thought this was a cool George Lynch riff. Slow, it goes like this. Just kind of like this, it's just a Lynch spin on like a shuffle, basically is what it is. And George is just doing what he always does. He kind of takes that bluesy vibe and makes it Lynch. So basically it starts out right down here. It just starts out with a good old A5 chord. Oh, it helps if I play the chord right. Now you're going to basically be walking through your A minor pentatonic here for a second. It goes open 3 on the A string. It's like box 4. Then you go open G, 2 on the D. So, okay, so we have that. Up here, you're gonna go 5 on the D. I'm sorry, 4 on the D and 5 on the A. A little bit of a chord there, getting that third. So, now you're gonna go. Sorry. Now this is, he's walking down. It's 4 on the D string, palm muting the A string, open. 3 on the D, 5 on the A, palm mute. Okay, then you go 2 on the D and 3 on the A. So, then, I forgot the riff for a second. I'll be honest. might be able to hear my son in the background, possibly being a pirate. But it is time to get into some Nuno. So Nuno is one of my all-time favorite guitar. He's like a guitar hero, basically, to me. And He-Man Woman Hater is one of those songs. I think if you're an Extreme fan, you obviously know this riff because of the tapping intro and then the Flight of the Wounded Bumblebee or Flight of the Bumblebee and all that kind of stuff. But this is just such a cool riff, and it has a signature thing about Nuno and his palm muting. I can't quite get the sound as good on here. I think this pickup is a little bit too hot, but I had it sounded good on the telly, but I'm just going to roll with it like this. So here's your riff slow, if I can play it slow. It's one of those things I can only play at normal speed. So it goes... Nuno's the best, man. When you learn one of his riffs, you just feel accomplished. I'm like, man, this is awesome. So again, very typical Nuno. It's kind of this 1-4-5-ish shuffle vibe going on, but he's just Nunoing the crap out of it. So it starts out right down here with a good old A5. Then you go to 3. I do a hammer-on. I'm not real sure what Nuno does. I think he does a hammer-on. 3 hammer-on 4, and then open D. So, sorry. Now this part here is the tricky part. You go, to get that sound, you have to really like push it on the strings almost. It's a very heavy palm mute. Very signature Nuno sound. So what he's doing is he's going 4 pull off 3 pull off open on the A string, then 4 3 open on the low, but he adds that palm mute. You can use whatever fingers you want. From videos, it looks almost like he uses his pinky, but I don't know. I know Nuno kind of has smaller hands, so. Now you go to 4 on the G, which is a bend with a pinch on. Okay, then you go down to just a normal A, so it's 2 on the D, G, and B. Sorry. Now he goes to this kind of C. It's basically like a, I guess like a C add 9 essentially. So you're just holding down 3 on the A and 3 on the B. Someone can correct me in the comments if they know exactly what this chord is. And you just go to a D sus2. Now you're gonna go 3 slide up to 5 on the B. Then you go 5 slide up to 7 on the D. Now you hold down 7 on the D and G now and slide back down. Another kind of signature Nuno thing he does a lot. Then you go to a D. Again, I guess it's technically like a D sus2. Or that'd actually be a D5. And then open D, 3 4 on the D, and 2 on the G twice. 3 pull off open on the D. Now you do that 5 on the D, slide it to 7, slide it back down. So I know, again, make sure you reference the tabs for this stuff because it can be totally confusing. All right, had to bust out the Les Paul for these because these are in drop D. And everybody who has a Floyd Rose knows that you ain't tuning a Floyd Rose to D unless you have a D tune. So essentially what I want to do is, this is a Skid Row song. And another one of those just iconic bands, monster riffs all the time. So Slow, The Threat, which might be my favorite Skid Row song ever. Sebastian Bach's my favorite 80s singer. It goes like this, so... So what's happening here? It's just kind of this D minor pentatonic thing, but you're in drop D. So it goes to open twice on the low E string. First one's open, next one's palm mute. Then he goes 3 open on low E. Then it's 5 pull off open on the A. Then it's 3 open again on low E. You kind of keep referencing that 3 open on the low E's. Then a 3 pull off open on the D. Back to that 3 open and low. Now you can do a hammer-on here or a slide. I prefer to do a slide from 3 to 5 on the A. I like the way slides sound better than hammer-ons. Now you do this part again. Now here's the part where it gets tricky. It goes. So you're holding down 3 on the D, 2 on the G, then you slide up a full step. So you're just going up to 5 and 4, back down, pull off the open. Yep. So you do that and you pull off the open on both those strings. Then you do 3 pull up open on the D, 3 pull up open on the A. I would actually just go to 3 on the A's. All right, we are ending with the man, the myth, the DeMartini. Oh yeah. Huge Rat fan. Warren DeMartini is the whole reason why his cross guitar is what got me into Charvels and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, you know what, I need to do one of his riffs. And I've always wanted to learn Shame, Shame, Shame. And the riff is way more difficult than what I thought it was. So slow, it goes like this. And the timing is ridiculously hard to get. So it goes. Okay, so it doesn't seem like lots going on, but like I said the timing is what's really tough here. Warren is just a beast. Let's just put it that way. So you're pumming on the lowest string. So it's 2 pummings on the lowest string. It's all alternate pick, and then you go to, what is this, 5 on the D. You do that 3 times. Now, the last time, you do it 3 times, pumming on the lowest string, so it's. Now you do a little bar here. I use my middle finger because it sets me up a little bit better for this next part. So it's 5 on the D and G. Then you go to 4 on the G and 5 on the D. Here's where it's tricky. It's kind of similar to what we did in the threat, but it's a little bit different. You slide down this time. So you go 5 to 4, down to 3 and 2, back to 5 and 4, back to 3 and 2. That's what makes it tough. You pull off the open. So grab that bar again. I use my pointer finger now this time. Because he goes to this, he goes to that G power chord. It's going to go 5 and then it was a 7 on the G. So. A hard riff to play, but I love that song so much. And that intro, that bluesy intro that he does is so cool. Warren DeMartini, everybody. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the riffs. Make sure you grab the tabs. Like I said, I know explaining some of that stuff was probably not the easiest thing to sit through. Until next time, guys, get the tabs, get lesson packs, and get your rock on. I'll see you all later. Peace out. High five.